Hello and welcome to this special Women's History Month interview on HOMTV. I'm Caroline Miller. For Women's History Month, we are interviewing different female leaders who head different departments in Meridian Township. Today, I'm interviewing Brandie Yates, who serves as the Communications Manager for Meridian Township. Brandie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Caroline. It's very strange being on this side of an interview and not being the interviewer. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. First, I'd like to have you explain what it is you do for Meridian Township and what your job entails.
So as many people, we wear many different hats here at the township. I am the communications manager for the township. And what that means is I oversee the communications department as a whole, and we do marketing, website, content creation, publications, public relations, crisis communications, and emergency communications for the township. So that is many things. So putting together publications, press releases, running the social media platforms, and putting together all of the assisting with the branding of the township and overseeing the township brand and mission across multiple digital platforms. On the other side of my job, I am the executive producer for HOMTV and oversees the internship program as well. So as you said earlier, it is a little strange that you are interviewing your boss. So what that means is all the programming on the channel, the internship assignments and training goes through my office, as well as my fantastic team of two other women.
That's fantastic. Speaking of women, what does it mean to you to be a female leader?
I think it's really empowering. It was just equal pay day the other day, and you look at all the history of women in the industry and not only government and business, but communications as well. It's been a long road for women to be in these leadership positions, and there's still a lot of work to be done, obviously, at those levels. And when you look at equal pay day, but it feels great. I work with fantastic people. There are many women leaders in Meridian Township, so I'm fortunate to work with those fantastic people. But having a daughter, I think it's also really inspiring to show my daughter how much women can do. I got her a shirt that says women can be president and a princess or an athlete, whatever you want to do. And I think that is a really powerful message that we're seeing in, like I said, not only communications and government, but as a whole. So I think it's really great, and I'm fortunate to be here in this position.
I think that's great too. So the communications department is an all-female team. How does that make you feel?
Well, not to say anything bad about, we've had many males in our department as well. I don't want to say anything bad about them, but it is great to see, so when you think of television and maybe the engineering side, it's kind of a boys' club. So a lot of engineers are men. So it's great to see that our Samantha Deal, she's our multimedia production and operations specialist. I think that's one of the first times that in this department, we underwent a reorganization, so the title is different. But in this department, I think she is probably the second woman to hold that position. The department's changed over the years, so we've had other women, including myself, because I was a production manager at the time. But it's really great to see that we are inspiring women to be in technology. There's a whole push for STEM at grade school levels and high school, getting people, women, specifically girls, interested in technology and math and science. So I think it's really great that in that part of the job, that the boys club is no longer. There's a lot of technical savvy women and girls coming up through the ranks, and it's really great to see. On the other side, communications tends to be a very female driven industry. I don't know if it's because we have to multitask a lot or what it is. So it's great to have a solid female team running the communications department. And yeah, we've seen a lot of changes over the years, but I think we have a great team and working to make everything better for communications in Meridian Township. So it's fantastic. I can't say enough great things about the people I work with.
Well, that's great because my next question for you is, what is your favorite part about your job?
It is the people. It has been a little different during this whole COVID pandemic with not seeing people face to face as much. But Zoom is a powerful tool. Video is something we always do in our department, so it's not that different for us. But yeah, it's the people, and I don't know, it's creative communications and television. It's the creative outlet that I get to do and I love. So they say don't pick a job. It's not just a job. And if you love it, it definitely won't feel like a job. And that's definitely how I feel. I also love working with the interns. You guys keep us young and the energy going. So that is probably one of my favorite parts of my job. And serving the public, working with residents and having them say like, "Oh, I saw you on TV," or "We saw the Prime Meridian magazine. Did that come from your department?" So those kind of things are really great to hear just in the community. And yeah, so definitely the people, but the creative outlet. And we like to say we're the fun department. We get to do a lot of cool things with video and get to do things in the behind the scenes with the fire department or the police department. Those are the types of things we get to do that other people may not see or get to do in their daily jobs.
I love that you love so many different aspects of your job.
I
It's
know
very inspiring.
you asked me one and I told you like several, but
That's what I want to hear though, since I'm in this field. So, if you could give your younger self some advice, what would it be?
never give up. Um, always strive to be better. I don't know. Those would probably be my best pieces of advice. There'll be, I think we hear this a lot in the journalism field, like, "Hey, would you like to do an interview?" And you hear a lot of no's. Or it's a very competitive field in communications and television. So you're going to get a lot of no's when you apply for jobs. And I just think the perseverance and pushing through those no's to get your yes, I think would be my biggest advice for my younger self, and as well as interns or any young female leaders to come.
Absolutely. Well, those are all the questions I have for you today. Is there anything else you'd like to add in regard to being a female leader in Meridian Township?
Well, I want to thank you and Home TV and kind of me for wanting to do a series to feature women leaders in Meridian Township. I feel like some people just don't know how many there are, and it's great to hear their individual stories. I'm going to turn the tables a little bit and ask you a question, if you don't mind.
No,
How
not at all.
how do you feel as a female soon to be reporter in this industry? How do you feel this journey has been for you in that regard for Women's History Month?
I feel very empowered. I was very nervous going into journalism right off the bat, just because I try to be an outgoing person, but I do get nervous quite easily. And so I know a big part of journalism is being on camera, doing interviews. But the fact that I just love talking to people and sharing their stories. And now through this internship, I'm learning so much about the field. And it's really just empowered me, made me feel so much more confident about myself and just getting my work out to there and just getting my work out to people. And being a female on top of that is just amazing. Like, we've got a lot of great things going for us. And so definitely just in journalism itself, I feel strong in that I can make a difference and I can report on what needs to be reported and tell everyone's story in a creative way.
Well, great. See, thank you. I turned the table on you and you did great.
Thank you.
Well, that's all I have to say for this series, unless you have any other follow-up questions for me.
Not at the moment. I think I got amazing answers, amazing questions. This was a great interview. I can't wait for people to watch it. Thank you again to Brandie for being here today. Make sure to stay tuned throughout the rest of March as we feature more Meridian Township female department leaders. I'm Caroline Miller. Thanks for watching.